going back up a little bit, I was just scrolling in the comments. Curtis Walker asked, what if Emory lights up spring and fall and the team is still vibing with him? That means that they'll be vibing with a very good backup quarterback. But I don't think that, we've seen it in games enough to this point where I'm not believing and trusting the propaganda from Miami football of, hey, on Green Tree practice field or in the Carroll Sulphur practice facility and away from everything that you've ever seen, this player is incredible. He is 2021 Tyler Van Dyke mixed with 2024 Cam Ward and 2010 Cam Newton. Golly, like he is all of a sudden all of that. Y'all haven't seen it, and we're not showing you video or anything, but that's who he is all of a sudden. We've seen it when the lights come on, the contrary, too many times. So I don't believe that that's there. And I've always thought, and again, go back on stateofview.com, go look up the recruiting notebooks, or you can go look on Twitter. I posted all three of them for all three previous, the quarterbacks that Miami recruited: Emory, Judd, and Luke. I put them in a thread so you can see what that was. Emory, I've always thought, was a program guy, which maybe years down the line, as a fourth year-ish, fifth year-ish, I've stuck around and I'm Derek Crudup, right? Or, I've stuck around and I'm, DJ Shockley, or insert player here from school who waited a long time for their one opportunity to start. That's who I viewed him as. And he stepped into the void created by all of those Tyler Van Dyke turnovers, in 2023, to play as a true freshman a little bit. But I don't really think that he's changed who he is. And to the question, from Curtis Walker, I think basically what you're saying is, if Emory Williams becomes an entirely new person, an entirely new player, and I just respectfully don't see that being the case. At some point, things are what they are. People are who they show you they are. And yeah, I think that we're seeing, I think Emory could be, if he went down to a mid-tier, and Malik Rosier. Yeah, Malik Rosier did wait around for a long time. You know what, Chris Bradford, you're right. He's somebody who stuck around. Had Brad Kaya come back for his senior year, maybe then Malik Rosier would have had the 2018 fifth year. Somebody like that who we see has a little bit of athletic talent, someone who could, if you have the athletic talent and then also the maturity of age, right, and the wisdom of age and being around for a long time, so the offense inside and out, and you're the best option in a microcosm, you can see that. And that's kind of who I've always thought Emory to be, respectfully, and that's fine. But, I think that he's still that, and I am skeptical. I would be very skeptical if I heard from Miami Athletic, Hurricanes football and all things. They're like, yeah, man, it's crazy. Emory looks like, better than what's his name? He's better than Arch Manning, and he's, we would have evaluated, if he was this player now, we would have evaluated him as da-da-da. We would have never gotten Carson and da-da-da. I just don't. I think that is a great work of fan fiction, and I love fiction. I talk about science fiction and Westworld and time travel and alternate universes, those kind of things. Ever since I read Madeline L'Engle, A Wrinkle in Time in fourth grade, has been my favorite book, and it has a time travel foundations. And as I was talking with a friend about, what are my favorite books? Reading that book then is the foundation for my love for that kind of intellectual property now, right? I believe if we were to hear Emory is this and Emory is that and da-da-da-da-da, that would be another work of fiction. And you know what? Hey, I'm looking for a new book to read. So write that, give it to me, and I'll peruse it in a day. But I just don't think that that's rooted and based in reality or what. I just don't think it's based in reality. I think that's just a wonderful fiction, either personal or corporate.
I was just checking out Malik Rosier's numbers. They weren't horrendous, but I just remember him looking awful at time. That's again, as time passes, sometimes what your base remembrance of something becomes the entire picture. Like if it's positive, then it becomes ultra positive, and the other way around. I just remember him throwing balls in the dirt that it was like, isn't Braxton Berrios wide open on that in cut? What,
man? Hey, like, you know, it's one of those things, you know, like the Mandela effect. It's like I remember a thing, but like the specific details, maybe not. You know, like there's people who, you know, that's like the phenomenon is called. I urge everyone. I mean, hey, it's free on the website. Go back on stateoftheu.com. Go search up the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you know, on your Google search, go, you know, in the year of our Lord 2017 and 2018. Go back and look at those, because y'all know that I will go pretty much pitch by pitch through what happens in a game. Yeah, like there were times when, and that was such a run-based team too, and he was very good because he added the QB run element that was not otherwise, you know, included with many other quarterbacks and things. And with limited throws, you know, he could do what, you know, the 15 for 22 kind of games. You know, I'm not throwing it 35 times, but you know, 15 for 22 for 243 yards, and maybe 2 touchdowns, and I run for another 40 yards. But there were also the games, I'll never forget it, that North Carolina team was terrible in 2017, and we were down at the half because Malik Rosier figured he was back on the baseball field where he was a catcher throwing infield practice and just grounder, and they dialed up a double move to Jeff Thomas on the first play of the second half, and thank God he hit it because he was open by the entirety of whatever Mecklenburg County you want to call it. I know that's Charlotte's County, but whatever, you know, in North Carolina. But, you know, but there were, hey, look, he didn't throw the ball much. That Notre Dame game in 2017, that the week prior, that Virginia Tech game, when I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns on called quarterback draw, 1-2 scoop, I'm up there. It was quarterback lead draw. Yeah, because they looked like it was a pass to the right, the running back going up like the fullback, and then he was just like, cool, beep, beep, I'm following you. There were some decent performances, but throwing the ball especially, there was much to be desired.
54%. So in your basic Malik Rosier game of 15 for 22, that's what you aimed for. That's what you wanted, but it was more likely 12 of 22 was just barely over 50%.